Hello everyone, welcome back to this brand new video of mine. As you may or may have not already read in the title or in the thumbnail, yeah, it's true. I will be leaving. I will be leaving the Carnivores community. I will be leaving the Carnivores Saga Discord, and I will be leaving YouTube. The reason for that is I just can't do it anymore. And I'm not talking about maybe stress that would come up during modeling, stress that would come up during video making, or any other kind of stress, really. It is solely about the carnivores community, its problems, and its absolute obnoxiousness. Where am I going with this? Easy. In the last couple of weeks, I would say it tracks that far back. I have noticed how miserable the people on the carnivores community are, or like the Carnivores Saga Discord, to be specific. The people on there are not only obnoxious, arrogant, narcissistic, but most importantly, they are miserable. And I mean miserable. Their life is so sad that they literally either have to run their mouth constantly, all around the clock, to shit on others' work, to belittle other people, or to just be rude. That is how miserable the people on the Carnivore Saga Discord are. And I'm honestly sick of it. I'm so sick of it. The reason I'm saying this is I've kept quiet for a while now. I have not said anything about those kind of people. I've been quiet in the Carnivores community, overall in the Carnivore Saga Discord especially. I have not said much about those people. But there's this point where you just can't keep it all in anymore. That's why I'm making this video. I'm also making this video because I would feel selfish for leading without telling you guys the reason why. That's why I'm making this video right now. To make it short, I don't feel comfortable on the carnivores community, or like in the carnivores community and also on the Carnivores Saga Discord anymore. The reason for that is that the server, first of all, has a pedophile problem that still persists, by the way. It's not gone yet, which obviously deeply disturbs me since I'm still a minor. I'm 17. I will be 18 in January of next year. But that's not even the biggest problem. That's one of the main reasons, but that's not one of the biggest problems. Well, it is one of the biggest problems, but that's not the biggest problem I have personally. The biggest problem with the Carnivores Saga Discord is that people on there are just, they're obnoxious, they're loud, they're miserable, they're rude. Anything you can probably use a negative adjective for applies to the Carnivores Community Saga Discord, or however you want to call it. And this is pretty sad because this is probably the first impression a lot of people and a lot of new people get from the Carnivores community, which is honestly a huge shame because the server has so many problems. It's not just on the outside, it's deeply rooted into the inside, and nobody's doing shit about it. Nobody is doing shit about it, and that's the thing that triggers me the most. Nobody's doing shit about it. They're all complaining and they're all saying shit, but nobody's actually pointing out the problem, except for a few people, and nobody's tackling it. Nobody tells the community to be strong, to stay together, to stick together, and overcome this problem. It just gets ignored. And I'm most importantly calling out the staff here now. Because the staff have no idea how to do their job. I have never, and I mean never, in my 7 years of using Discord, never have I ever seen a pile of staff that is that incompetent. Not once in my life. And I've been on a couple of strange fucking servers. I have never seen more incompetent staff ever. And there will be a lot of people that will agree with me on this. And I'm not talking about anyone specifically. I'm talking about the staff as a whole that is supposed to work together as a team to solve actual problems. Also, this deeply rooted obnoxiousness and arrogance and rudeness and pedophile problem on the server. And you might say, okay, but it's not their fault that things are happening. They can't stop everything. That's true. I agree with you. They can't stop everything. But they could at least try their best, which is not the case. And if this is their best, then I don't want to be on there anymore. It's that easy. It's that simple. And I've carried this around for a long time now. But I'm just gonna say, especially to you, Marsh.car, I think you're one of the most disgusting, obnoxious, arrogant, and narcissistic people I have ever met. You run your mouth constantly about shit you have no idea about, including German politics, German history. You are not German yourself, and it doesn't matter how educated you are on this, you will never know how it is. You have no fucking idea. And I absolutely despise you and I hate your guts. Just to be clear about that. I hate your guts. And I will be glad that I don't have to see you ever again as soon as I leave. Pretty heavy statement, I'm aware. But it had to be said. I had to let it out. People like you are the reason people don't feel comfortable on the Saga Discord. Not just you, but people like you. And I'm calling you out specifically because you have been the worst person ever. With that out of the way, I just want to clarify that none of this is because I don't like making content anymore, or I don't like modeling, or I don't like modding anymore. That is absolutely not the case. The reason why I'm stepping back is solely because of the people, the types and the kind of people who are on this server, but also in the community. I do not want to be associated with anything even remotely close to what the carnivores community is or to what the carnivores community has become. And I love each and every one of you guys. Subscribers, viewers, likers, it doesn't matter. I'm so glad that I could spend this time and gather the experience I have right now. Also with all of the people, except of course the obnoxious ones. So I just want to say a big, big, big thank you for all the support you have given me in the last 2 months of me making YouTube videos. I appreciate it so much you can't even imagine. And I'm really sad that I chose to step away from YouTube, from modding, from Discord, just everything. But it had to be done because this shit has affected me mentally to the point where I stay up at night and look at all the shit that happens, the drama affecting me so badly and so deeply, and also what I've been told about some pedophiles on there, that I genuinely could not sleep. I thought all night about this shit. I felt sick. I felt disgusted. I felt angry. And that's all natural, you know? But sometimes you just gotta admit to yourself that what you're doing right now, or what you like to indulge in, I'll just call it that, is not healthy. And I advise each and every one of you guys to watch your mental health. Please, 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 watch your mental health. And if you feel overwhelmed or like you can't do this any longer, then be honest to yourself and treat yourself fairly. Step away, take a break. I just want to get that out there for people who are genuinely struggling and for people who have maybe felt the same thing. Get out there and think about yourself, please. With all of that said, one thing that has especially bothered me is all of the Nazi jokes and all of the how am I gonna call it? People hating on nationalities and all that stuff. And also the false allegations that have been made about a couple of people, including me. Um, yeah, that is pretty big problem. A pretty big problem that has bothered me for a while. I don't see those kind of things as a joke or as something funny, because abusing the term Nazi is a pretty heavy thing. And especially with family history in a German background, or like not even a German background, I am fully German myself. I can assure you that 99.9% of the people you see online are not worth being called a Nazi. Because real Nazis do shit so unimaginably wicked and so unimaginably disgusting and evil that the average Discord user can't even comprehend it. And I'm saying this because I have experience with those kind of people. I've listened to my great grandpa talk to me about World War II and about what the Nazis did and about what he did. I'm not 1 ounce proud of that, to make it clear. I'm ashamed, I'm disgusted, even though I myself as a person had nothing to do with what happened back then. But I'm just gonna point out, don't call everyone a Nazi. Abusing this term is a really heavy mistake that could cost a lot of people a voice they need and a voice they deserve. This is one of the most important things I wanted to address in this video. Don't abuse or misuse horrible terms to describe either a group of people or people themselves. Be respectful, be mindful, and think about what you're saying before saying it. With that said, I appreciate each and every one of you and what you've done to support this channel and what you've done to support me. You guys and this YouTube channel will always have a special place in my heart. Just to make that clear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times for this great time you guys gave me. And I'll see you guys maybe sometime in the future. Goodbye.